at the Swedes as they come out onto the rink.
Tommy Soderstrom in the goal, a very strong and experienced goaltender. Shodin, a big defenseman. Borja Salming, the experienced defenseman coming back after many years in the NHL. Gustafsson, another ex-NHLer. Victorson, Berglund, Johansson, 22, 23, and 25. They play very well together. Kenneth Kennholt with a big shot from the blue line. Ottoson, Limitaen, Patrick Eriksson, number 20, a good one. And Mats Naslund, number 26, another ex-NHLer. The Swedes have beaten the Poles, the Italians, the Germans. They had a really tough draw with the U.S. Excellent game, enjoyed by everybody in Maribor.
That was one of the best games of the tournament, with the Swedes tying the Americans in the last few seconds of the game. McCorry will do the honors on this one. He's a good referee. He likes to let it flow. Ivan Hlinka, the coach for the Czechs. Connie Evanson for the Swedes. The last three Olympics, 80, 84, and 88, the Swedes have managed to pick up only bronze. A lot of countries would be happy with only bronze, but these guys want a lot more. Bržizа between the pipes for Czechoslovakia. An excellent goaltender, a good glove hand, clever with the stick. At the other end, it's Tommy Soderstrom. And Soderstrom played well in the first few games and played well in the Canada Cup. And he's the choice for the big one tonight. Remember, one team goes on, one team stays behind. The Swedes playing from right to left. Started out, Rundqvist saw that bounce away as that goes all the way down the ice. Bržiza with Kадлец going back. The shot coming from close in is steered off the side of the cage. The big one again from way back of the blue. Swedes have come out firing. Rundqvist along the boards. Kjellberg can't get a handle on that, and Leo Gudas taps it forward. The stop by Rundqvist in the neutral zone as he lays that one off. Kjellberg reaches for it, can't get a handle on it. And now the Czechs come out of the zone, working over the red line with Янецки. The shot coming there from number 25, Jelinek, after the whistle blew. And that's why we have a little heated discussion.
It's loud in the building, the whistle going. The fans and crowd trying to assert themselves in this game. The shot taken, it wasn't anything dangerous. The Swedes just quickly getting in there to let the Czechs know that that won't happen again. Very important for both teams to get off to a quick start, as they are both very effective at moving the puck around and just playing this European style of hockey with a lot of skating.
Gustafsson and Veselovsky gets it back, and Spella goes deep. Spella taps it all the way up to the blue line. Karnbach providing difficulties for the Swedes. Veselovsky tips it over onto the wing. Spella can't hang on to that, and the Swedes now come over, take the shot. Bržiza makes the save on number 24, Edström. Šmehlik. Edström tips it back in, and Spella goes back for it. All the way out to the blue, and Borja Salming picks it up, backhands it high into the corner. And the Czechs having difficulty getting something going here in the early stages. Wrapped off the plexi as Veselovsky is hit right into the boards. That's going to be a penalty. Berglund hitting Veselovsky from behind.
Veselovsky getting up as quick as he could, showing his anger. I don't blame him. I'm sure that I wouldn't have wanted to have been on the receiving end of that one either. We've seen a lot of hits from behind. It's cheap and it's not called for. Mats Naslund guilty of throwing a cheap one against the Americans. Berglund quickly does it again in this game, and the Swedes will be penalized.
Time 1 minute 35 seconds.
Charging is the call at 1:35 of the first period, so the first power play of the game goes to Czechoslovakia. Rundqvist out there to kill this one off, gets it back to the D, and that's fired all the way down the ice. Earlier on today, we saw the Commonwealth of Independent States qualify easily for the next round by defeating the Finns 6-1. That really wasn't much of a game. We hope this one will be better for everyone concerned. Stillman backhanded it out, and Horva picks it up. Rundqvist came forward as the whistle blew.
The puck going into the Czech end. Swerige taking the Swede out along the boards. The play is whistled down, and he goes to the penalty box for interference. Right along the boards, the puck is cleared by the Swedes. Swerige trying to get back, takes the Swede out along the boards. That's Rundqvist, and he pays the price.
2 minutes, 1 second.
2 minutes, 1 second gone in the game, and we've already had 2 penalties. Perhaps an indication of things to come. Zemlichka won the draw. Kадлец dropped it back. Rydmark goes after Gudas, and Kадлец has to come in to help out. Some good forechecking from the Swedes. Naslund, nice little move by him to get rid of Hrbek. Shodin. Wow. He must have someone up there who wants a puck.
He very well could have picked somebody out in the crowd for a souvenir with that one. On one side of the ice, shooting the puck all the way across to the other side of the ice, over the plexiglass. I hope the people in that section are awake.
If they weren't then, they are now. Rydmark on the face-off. Kадлец over to Gudas. Gudas being shadowed by Naslund. The return pass to Gudas as he starts it up over the blue, and Zemlichka on the right side is about a stride offside. Leo Gudas, one of our favorites, 26 years old, rough, rugged, got a good shot, an exciting player. Perhaps not the style of a Salming or an Anderson or even a Kenneth, but he really gets the same job done. Янецки against Rundqvist. The Czechs winning these draws as the big defenseman Svella brings it forward. He runs out of room, and that's tapped into the neutral zone. Šmehlik. Rundqvist stays on him. That's put up onto the left wing. Hackenloob is out there now. Янецки drops it back. The wrist shot comes in. Soderstrom makes the save. Salming ties up Янецки, and Peter Anderson comes forward. Anderson up on the right wing to Hackenloob. Loob on the backhand to Anderson. Anderson to Loob, the shot. And Bržizа makes a good save. Anderson again. Bržiza again gets in front of it. Good stuff here from the Swedes as they apply the pressure. Sweden have now got the extra man on the ice. They'll have it for about 20 seconds. Salming brings it forward. The backhander high off the plexiglass, and that bounces all the way out. The Czechs happy to clear it deep, and Thomas Rundqvist picks it up. 3 seconds on the Czechoslovakian penalty to Swerige. Rundqvist over the line. Hackenloob goes in after Kадлец. Kornbach is there trying to center it, and Horva has something to say about it. Some good stuff from the Czechs now as they bring it out of their zone with 3 crisp passes. That's as far as they go. Gustafsson lets go the shot. The rebound comes off the boards. He picks it up and throws it out front, and Kenneth has to go deep.
Both teams changing on the fly now that each side is back at full strength.
Gustafsson took the shot from close in. Bržizа went down, and that went up behind the goal. Stillman bangs it off the boards away from Rosol and co. And Lubina gets it up. The shot is high. The rebound comes right out. And a break now. Juhansson goes in, scores! Big number 25 took the break right at the red line. A quick pass set him free. And that's when the Swedes are most dangerous, right on the 5-minute mark, threading the eye of the needle.
The Swedes, with their defensemen being as quick as they are, can really get the puck out in a hurry. Johansson is gone on a lovely pass. He beats Bržizа for the first goal of this game. A nice goal for Johansson. He's in on the goaltender and puts it away.
Sweden goal by number 25, Mikael Johansson, assisted by number 8. Time 5 minutes.
The assist on that goal coming from Kenneth.
Zemlichka takes the shot. That's steered away by Soderstrom. 1-0 the score now. Kaдлец. A lot of pressure in the first 5 minutes coming from the Swedes. Zemlichka shoots it down the ice, making the pass from his side of the red line. And perhaps that will wake the Czechs up. They were on the defensive for most of this first period, which is a little over 5 minutes old. The Swedes came into this tournament as favorites. They're the world champions. And right now they're looking like gold medal winners. Rydmark against Otakar Янецки. We'll do that again. Face-off is moved outside the zone because Rydmark had fallen on it in Czech territory. Rydmark. Svella taps it forward, the one-timer on the right side. Янецки taken out of the play nicely, and that gives Salming time to pick it up. Salming up on the wing. Rydmark trying to tap it away. Good stuff from the Swedes. Coming in on a sharp angle there. Naslund hit the side of the net. Bržizа went down and didn't have to make the save. Lubina brings Rydmark down.
The Czechs throwing their weight around, starting to hit the Swedes. It's exactly what they've got to do.
Anderson was brought down in the neutral zone.
Salming working his way to the bench. Good stuff from the Czechs, both in their own end and in the neutral zone. Rydmark ridden out of the play by Lubina. A good hit right at center ice shortly after that. Rydmark got up and then went right back down. He's still down. Lubina taking him out along the boards in the Czech zone. Янецки taking his man out. Peter Anderson right after Rydmark had been taken out.
A lot of physical stuff on and off the puck out there as Rydmark, favoring his right leg, is taken off the rink. This is not the incident that hurt Rydmark. That's Anderson falling down. Rydmark got hit in the corner by Lubina. Well, this is a sad scene as Rydmark makes his way to the dressing room. Rydmark is an excellent player. We get set for the face-off now. Veselovsky out there as that goes into the corner. Stillman presses his man against the woodwork and Rundqvist picks it up. Rundqvist over the blue, over the red. Rundqvist on the left wing to Hakan Lube. Lube runs up against Slager, and Slager bats it around to the far side. Tapped right back in. Oh, and that just squeezed by the far post. Lube got the little touch. Lube looking for the return pass there as Svella picks it up. Right now, the Swedes are all over the Czechs. Czechoslovakia now with Tupal bringing it forward. Tupal, one too many yellow shirts as he's dumped. Lube took the puck away from him.
Good hit by Stillman right at the blue line, taking Tupal out of the play. You can see when the Czechs come down the ice, there's at least 3 yellow shirts right across the blue line. Stillman getting a good legal hit on Tupal to take him out. Goal scoring wise, the leader for the Swedes is Håkan Lube with 4 goals and 3 assists, 7 points. Next for the Swedes is Salming, who's had a great Olympic Games with 3 goals and 2 assists for 5 points.
The shot from a sharp angle bounces off the side of the net. A chance for Czechoslovakia. They got 2 guys in tight, and Karnbach brings it up. Karnbach tries to get around the first man. That doesn't happen. Shodin comes up to help him. Edstrom went in heavily. 3 Swedes caught deep, and Rosol puts it up on the wing. Lang working with Rosol and Kastak. Kastak now picks it up. The shot goes into the corner, more of a pass. Lang didn't see it. Rosol feeds it in from a sharp angle. It's Lang and Kastak buzzing around. Now Svella goes in against Karnbach. Gustafsson is in there too. The bouncing puck. Shodin falls on it. Rosol tries to poke it free. That comes all the way back, and it's cleared away. The Czechs now going through a good spell. Shodin rifles that one around the boards, and that goes down the ice. The Czechs bringing it out of the zone. Svella gets it up to the red line to Hrbek. He gives it away to Salming. Passed up onto the right side. Big Peter Anderson tries to get around Hrbek, and that doesn't happen. The whistle blows.
A good spell by the Czechs in the past minute or so. The 10, 11, 12 line, Rosol, Lang, and Kastak putting a few things together for the Czechs. The leading goal scorer for the Czechs is Robert Lang. He's right up near the top of the table, tied with Lindros for second place. 3 goals and 7 assists for 10 points for Robert Lang so far in the Olympics.
Augusta starts it up quickly, runs into a sea of yellow shirts, and Hrbek picks it up. Zemlichka can't keep it in. That comes out of the zone, and Augusta taps it right back in again. Some good back checking and some good forechecking by Sweden. Playing their positions as you would expect. Salming now comes up. Salming, a nice little move, sets it up, takes the shot just wide of the target. Zemlichka goes back and gives it to Svella. Svella being forced away by Berglund. Dropping it back, and now the Czechs bring it out to the blue, out to the red. Zemlichka takes a big hit right inside the blue line, dumps it into the corner, and now the Czechs are finding it rough going out there.
Jelinek behind the goal, desperately trying to forecheck the Swedes. Another good hit right on Zemlichka, just inside the blue line. The Swedes are really hitting them on the right when they hit the Swedish zone. Stillman trying to get away with that one. Flying into the picture was Jelinek.
1-0 the score. The Swedes are leading this one. First goal coming from Johansson at the 5-minute mark of this period. Kennholt working with Stillman on the defense. Kennholt brings it forward, fires it in, and the Czechs chase again. Forechecking coming from Karnbach. Slager can't get away from him. Slager kicks it along the boards, and all the Czechs can do is get it out to Kennholt. He takes the shot. The loose puck is right there. A chance now, and the shot comes in. Naslund got a piece of it.
Mats Naslund buzzing around the front of the net after the Kenneth Kennholt shot. Look at Naslund getting the shot away. Bržizа making the save and getting help from his defense.
Rundqvist in the center. Lube lets it ride, and Anderson flips it into the far corner. Prohatska pushing it forward, working with Tupal now. That goes off his skate. And Lube dumps it all the way deep, and that comes over to Anderson. Anderson feeds it up. That's intercepted by the Czechs. Kjellberg has something to say about it. Tupal is there. Veselovsky goes in hard. And some good forechecking almost paid off for Czechoslovakia. Up on the left wing, Lube finds a position and lets go the shot. A great save by Bržizа. Gudas tied up in the corner. Shodin backhands it. Lube is right out front. Kjellberg taken out along the boards. He gives a big hit. That should have been a penalty. Play allowed to continue as it goes all the way down the ice. Anderson picks it up. An increase in pace here in the first period. Both teams are starting to throw the body around. Bounced off the boards. Ottoson all the way back to Salming. Lang is trying to do something out there. Svella misses his check and gets hit. Lang clears it away. Kostak goes now in against Salming. Lang is there. All 5 Czechs are buzzing around that net, doing some defensive work that they need. Now Lang brings it out. Lang is squeezed heavily out of the play and dropped. Anderson really came up heavy on him. And Lang is still down there somewhere. Lars Edström is standing over him.
Rosol being escorted to the penalty box. Lang earlier trying to come down on Anderson. The gloves are right in his face. He's taken out of the play. The Czech is followed through nicely. Rosol comes in and belts his man from behind. Rosol guilty of that one, no doubt about it. Czechs trying to get one back on their own. The Swedes have really started hitting them late, and after the play is over, Gudas sent flying seconds earlier down in the Czech end. This time the Czechs do the dirty stuff. It's not called for, and the referees have really got to stay on top of it.
It's dangerous. It really is dangerous. Connie Evanson telling his player Ottoson to stay down. Rydmark has gone to the dressing room. Now Ottoson is hurting.
Something the Swedes can't really complain about too much. They've been guilty of doing enough of it themselves.
The referee has got to put a stop to that. And the only way he can do it is by dishing out severe penalties. Charging is the call on Rosol at 11:19 of the period. The Swedes are leading this one 1-0. Hrbek. Rundqvist got it back. And the Swedes now come up with Lube. Lube tries to take everyone on. And Shodin gathers that in the neutral zone and skates back. Shodin to Kenneth. Up on the corner now, the Czechs go on the defense again. Kjellberg tries to get it out front. He whistles that around. Lube. Power play situation. Rundqvist. Kjellberg out front, the one-timer. Kjellberg was waiting for the rebound. That didn't happen, and Czechoslovakia break quickly. A chance for the shot. Zemlichka with Soderstrom waiting for it. And the Czechs showing that they can break despite having a man in the box.
Lube and Rundqvist working the puck around low in the Czech zone. The defense crashing, the one-timer set up for them, but a broken stick on the play, and the Czechs quickly broke out themselves. Zemlichka letting it go. Soderstrom hasn't had a real lot of action, so anything could be difficult for him at the moment.
Good crowd here in Maribel enjoying this one. The one this afternoon was a bit of a disappointment between CIS and Finland. The former Soviet team walked all over the Finns, who didn't seem to want to play the game today. But right now it's end-to-end stuff. A lot of hard hitting, some good passes. The Swedes with a goal up. Karnbach. A minute now on the Czech penalty. Gustafsson taken out into the boards. That comes back to Stillman. Kennholdt is on this side. Both guys have a big shot. Intercepted nicely in the circle. And Янецки shoots it all the way down the ice. Kennholdt starts it out. Kennholdt has got the big shot, and he likes to use it. Naslund tips it into the corner. Gustafsson is hit hard again. That's twice on this shift. Янецki puts the body in. Stillman gets it over into the circle. Time ticking down on the penalty, but the Swedes still have the man advantage. The Swedes with Gustafsson trying to set it up. Kennholdt calling for it on the far side. No one is breaking down in the box. The Czechs, the shot right in front. Karnbach got a piece of it. Naslund shoots it back, and Stillman will go deep. The Czechs are back at full strength as Karnbach put it forward. That's pumped into the Czech zone, and Leo Gudas gets it into the slot area. The return pass for Gudas is not a great one, and that's just pushed out of the zone. The Swedes will have to get out to avoid the offside. Both teams changing on the fly.
Gudas going to the bench. The Czechs are putting out fresh defense as well.
Well, you could see this one happening. Anderson, or Johansson rather, almost got a hold of it, but the Czechs were well and truly out of position. The last defenseman was caught going forward. He surrendered the puck. And the Swedes were off to the races.
Risky time to decide to change. Gudas scampering for the bench. The play was right in the neutral zone. Czechs lucky there. (1-0) the score on Johansson's goal, set up by Kennholdt.
Slager high into the corner. Rosol goes after his man. Rosol still in there with Lang. He gathers it. Some good work by Rosol and Lang as they forecheck. Kastak went in, but he was a bit too late, and Slager goes deep. Slager is still only 20 years old. A lot of potential there. A big chop on Rosol as he falls heavily to the ice. Rosol is a fiery character, and I'm sure he'll take numbers out there.
Everybody talks about the Americans and the Canadians being the ones that are dirty and overly physical. Well, earlier Rosol had hit Ottoson in front of the Swedish bench. Quickly the Swedes come back and put a heavy chop on him as he's only just been one shift out of the penalty box. Naslund very, very deliberately gave him a serious chop. Naslund, the guy thrown out of the game the other night against the Americans after he drilled Greg Brown into the end boards and sent him off for the rest of the game.
Lang and Kastak and Rosol out there for Czechoslovakia. Kennholdt lets that fly. Bržizа had to be there. Rundqvist does the shadowing on Hrbek. 15 seconds shy of the 15-minute mark, and the Czechs go up to the blue and decide to start it over again. Hrbek drops it back. Lang. 4 Swedes are stacked up on the blue line, and it's causing the Czechs some problems. Now they've got it, and they start to set it up. Hrbek to the far side. Hrbek, a chance to shoot. He lets it rip. Soderstrom comes out. Rundqvist gets the rebound and slides it down the ice. Bržiza, a misunderstanding there as he shot it right at Slager. Rosol chipping it over to the right side. Янецки goes into the corner. Rundqvist can't handle that along the boards. At the second attempt, the Swedes pick it up though, and Lube quickly slides it into the corner. Jelinek up to the blue. Lubina drops it back, and Jelinek comes forward. Off the boards, And that was anticipated, and it's cleared out. Some good stuff from Sweden as they stack that blue line. Янецки looks for support. Anderson couldn't bring him down. And again, Sweden iced the puck.
Swedes doing a good job.
The shot coming in. Bržizа made the save on Hrbek. And Sweden's so quick to react whenever they see the opportunity.
I was just saying the Swedes doing a good job of killing the penalty off, taking the Czechs off the puck and then getting it themselves. Hrbek has a chance for himself. Shoots it right at Bržiza, and he's forced to hold on to it.
Kадлец just overskating that puck a little. Bržizа came out, cut down the angle, and had it all the way. Berglund and Zemlichka. Zvela drops it back and leaves it behind the goal. Hrbek along the right side, and number 21, Patrick Augusta, is taken out of the play as that goes into the corner. Augusta moves himself right back in. The shot coming from number 7, Šmehlik, was just a little wide of the target. Czechoslovakia trying to do it from close in. Augusta's right in, and Hrbek bangs at it. Another shot. And Berglund is all over his man as number 7, Šmehlik, goes in heavily on the boards. That eventually trickles away. How did that puck not go in the net?
The best opportunity the Czechs have had. They were banging away and hacking at that one, but just couldn't get it into the goal.
Zvela laid it up to Augusta. He falls on his face, and the Swedes bring it out now with Hrbek. Zemlichka gets it off him and drops it back. And now the Czechs are playing some hockey. Hrbek fires it right into the corner. Kenneth has to go deep. Kenneth with Patrick Eriksson. Big shot from Kenneth. Slager picks it up. That's a giveaway right in front to number 20, and another save by Bržiza. Patrick Eriksson buzzing around the front of that goal, causing problems for the Czechs and making Bržiza work overtime. Now the Czechs on the left side, right in front, the one-timer. Tupal got a piece of that as it went into the corner. Slager teams it up. A drop right in front. Eriksson comes back now. Eriksson over the blue with Hrbek. Eriksson poke check nicely, and the Czechs are doing some good defensive stuff as well as offensive stuff. Veselovsky back in the corner to him. Back to the blue line. The one-timer. The rebound comes out. And Eriksson picks it up and slowly goes forward. He tees it up and takes the shot. That hit a defenseman. Rundqvist now gets it. Rundqvist back to the blue. Shodin brings it in, and offside is the call. And both teams will be happy that whistle came.
The Czechs spreading it out, really using the ice, throwing the puck out wide and getting a couple of good opportunities. Soderstrom able to stop them. The Swedes, for a couple of quick shifts, forgot to back check as well.
Rundqvist against Lang. The Czechs win it and get it back to the D. Rosol double teamed. Kjellberg is held by Rosol as he tried to get his stick on it and end his skate. The Czechs now bringing it out slowly. A two-line pass is a call.
Lang getting the pass over the other side of center ice. The pass coming from inside his own blue line. The play whistled down. That's a two-line offsides. Lang and Shodin having a few words after the whistle.
Only 4 penalties in the game so far. Berglund, Slager, Rosol, and Naslund. It's been physical, though, but they've been getting away with a lot out there. Rosol now. Rosol gets it over nicely to Kадлец. He takes the shot. He scores! Oh, that was nice. Rosol remained cool, set it up, and the big defenseman, Kадлец, came in and let a blaster goal. That's 1-1.
It's getting late in the period. The perfect time for the Czechs to get something going for themselves and possibly get pumped up a little more. Good pressure applied. Rosol very smoothly held onto the puck, waited for Kадлец to come into the play. He's got the pass. He's got a great shot and really gets this one off behind Soderstrom. Good shot for Kадлец on the near side.
Czechoslovakia goal scored by number 5, Роберт Кадлец, assisted by number 10. Time.
Anytime's a good time for a goal, but when you're just about to take a break and go into the dressing room, that's a great time. 1 minute now on the period. Some heavy stuff in the corner with Edström. Edström gets it out front. The Czechs are there. And they work it out quickly down the left wing. A lot of space out there. That comes all the way across to Thomas Jelinek. Pushed back in by Spella. He took a heavy hit on the blue. Gustafsson goes out. Taps it forward to number 24, Lars Edström. Ottoson is out there too. Šmehlik goes back. Šmehlik tees it up and puts it the other way, and Salming goes down hard. Anderson pumps it in. Offside is the call. Salming felt that one. The
last few minutes of this period, the Czechs, I'll say it again, are really starting to spread out. They're using the ice well. The Swedes are sort of running around and getting caught in the middle of the ice. The Czechs are off and running, looking for the long passes and getting them.
When they talked about this tournament before it started, the Czechs weren't even in consideration. They weren't even being considered for a medal. Then they went and beat the Commonwealth of Independent States, and everyone said, hey, the Czechs are here. And right now they're playing some good hockey against the favorites, the Swedes. It's 1 goal apiece in the first period. A lot of hockey to come. A long shot on Bržizа, who's looked really solid. Hrdbek will bring it out slowly, taking no chances. That's tipped by Hrbek. Augusta goes into the corner, and he runs up against Stillman. Both players getting their sticks up. And I have a feeling this one could erupt at any time.
Both teams very capable of the rough stuff. High sticks are being thrown. Bit of slashing, hooking, hacking going on away from the play. It's part of the game. Neither one of them really like to take it, so it's bound to happen. There's going to be retaliations and a lot of niggling going on.
Янецки against Berglund. Face off in the Czech zone. Comes back to Lube. He lets the shot go. That took a deflection. 5 seconds now, and the Czechs happy to clear it out of the zone. Shot quickly back in onto Bržizа, and there goes the buzzer to end the first period. An excellent period of hockey. Both teams having their chances. Johansson scoring first on a great pass from Kenneth and then Kадлец getting the pass from Rosol to level the score.
Both teams with 2 minor penalties each in the first period. The Swedes out shooting the Czechs 14-10.
Short break coming up. Stay with us. More action to come. Welcome back to the second period action here in Maribel. Sweden and Czechoslovakia. The period is just 20 seconds old. And already we have another incident on the play. 1-1 is the score. The Swedes scored first with Johansson, and then Kадлец for Czechoslovakia. Kадлец works his way into the penalty box now.
Hooking the call.
Czechoslovakia number 5.
The Swedes go back to the power play.
Time 20 minutes 26 seconds.
Kjellberg brought down in the neutral zone by Kадлец. 26 seconds, as you said, Paul, into the period. The Swedes with a quick chance now to try and get something going.
Sweden on the attack with Lube taking a shot right in front. Bržizа came up big.
Lube, for a little guy, fighting off the defenseman really well to hang on to his stick, his arm, the rest of his equipment, and still get a shot away. Bržiza with a good save. You see number 7, Richard Šmehlik. He's not exactly the smallest defenseman in this Olympic Games. Had a good grab on Lube.
Kjellberg goes for the net and then decides to go the other way. Shodin puts it into the circle. Lube. Top of the circle there. Lube getting punished. Shodin picks it up. Lube again gets hit. The Czechs are really hitting the body out there. This time it's a Rundqvist who dumps Svella.
Håkan Lube, the smaller of the two between him and Rundqvist. It does a lot of the skating, a lot of the quick passing. Rundqvist, who's as big as a lot of defensemen, has the center job, and he's tough on the face-offs and certainly can muscle with anybody.
Gets set for this face-off in Czech territory. Kадлец still in the box as that comes back to the blue. Shodin out there with Salming on the blue line. Shodin lines it up. That took a deflection. Ends up in the corner. Rosol swipes at it. Kept in by Shodin. Pumps it back in over the red line. Kjellberg picks it up. Shadowed there by Slager. He gets a tip on it, but it ends up on Lube's stick. Lube now.
Salming backing away from the blue line just far enough to allow the puck to come out. As he moved it back to Lube, the whistle was blown for the offsides.
Let's have a look at this. Yes, good call. That went out over the line and brought in again. From the face-off, it's Lube with 1 minute on the Czech penalty. Up onto the wing to Rundqvist. Rundqvist starts it out. Tipped over on the right side to Salming. Salming moves into the circle. Drops it off, and there's no one there to pick it up. Kasnak fires it out of the zone, and Shodin tips it up on the right side to Kjellberg. Kjellberg works his way into the slot. Shodin. Rosol went after him. Slager goes into the corner and comes up with the puck. Salming will have to go deep. The clock running down on Kadlec's penalty. The drop pass, and the Swedes now come out with 4 men approaching the blue. All the Czechs are back, and that comes into the corner. Naslund got it up. Gustafsson, 2 seconds on the penalty. Kадлец is now back on the ice. Stillman lets the shot go. Gustafsson is right back there trying to do the wraparound. Naslund moved in, and Zemlichka picks it up and gets it forward. A quick break for Kадлец. He puts it right in front. The one-timer comes. Hrbek chases his man. Naslund taps it forward. He took a heavy chop from Hrbek. Hrbek now goes after Karnback. Hrbek is running all over the rink, having pokes at everybody. And that's the kind of thing a coach likes to see, as long as he can stay out of the box.
Karnback came out of the Swedish zone, and he really had to be motoring. Hrbek was doing a great job of back-checking on him and ran him right into Leo Gudaz. Karnback, 24 years old, a 1988 draft choice of the Montreal Canadiens, still playing his ice hockey in Sweden.
Berglund, Victorson in the corner. Horva ties him up, squeezes him into the plexi. Johansson goes in, and the Czechs now bring it out of the zone. The Swedes desperately trying to get back into a defensive position. That shot comes in off of Янецки, bounces out to Victorson. Victorson over the red. Victorson waits, runs into a couple of red shirts, but Johansson picks up the puck. Horva pins him into the woodwork. Янецки backhands it down the ice, and Shodin gets it at center. Shodin fires it all the way in. Bržizа gets a tip on it. Neither team wanting to give anything away here in the second period. 1-1 the score. It's tight and it's fast. Salming lets the shot go. The Czechs trying to find Veselovsky. That bounces off a stick. A big shot there. The bouncing puck goes down. Bržizа juggled that for a moment, lost sight of it.
Bržiza momentarily losing his concentration on Eriksson's shot. Once he realized that he lost it, though, you could see how quickly he tried to cover up on his mistake. Bržiza's a solid goaltender, number one for the Czechs, following in the footsteps of Dominik Hasek, who's now in the NHL.
Good quick shot there from Patrick Eriksson, causing Bržizа a few problems. A lot of movement right into the circle. We'll have that face-off again. And a wave going around the building. Back to Salming, quick to let it go. That flips up high. Kадлец goes after it, and he taps it out of the zone to Veselovsky. The Czechs now getting it over the blue line, and Salming picks it up. Salming. A nice pass into center to Bergman, or Eriksson rather, but Prohatska tipped it away. Kадлец for Czechoslovakia. The long pass up to Prohatska, evades him and goes right down the ice. Icing is the call.
The Maribel wave in full flight, trying to get these teams going that are on the ice. The Czechs and the Swedes deadlocked in a 1-1 game.
Right now, it's going the way a lot of people thought it would go. It's physical. It's low scoring. Both teams are having their chances. The shot took a deflection. Lube moved in quickly to let the wrist shot go. And that was deflected high, and you can see what's happening all around the rink. A real United Nations here in Maribel, enjoying every moment of this game. Close to 7,000 people here again. The skiing is over for the day. Everything else is over. Right in front, Lube. Couldn't get a touch. Rosol now skates quickly down the left side. Rosol trying to get round Kennholt. He doesn't. And Lube brings it back up. Lube taps it in front. And Šmehlik got a piece of it. Šmehlik gets it away on the boards to Rosol. Rosol to Šmehlik. Up on the wing to Lang. And Lang is just a little offside.
21-year-old Robert Lang. He's been one of the players most talked about in the Olympic Games. There's scouts watching people from a lot of the teams here, but Lang, the 21-year-old, who's LA's 6th draft choice from the 1990 draft, certainly one that they're looking at getting across the pond to the NHL.
Gustafsson tapped that back to Shodin, and that's flipped into Czechoslovakian territory. The Swedes again having the better of the play here. Otterson, who was hammered into the boards earlier on, is out there. Hrbek takes it deep again. That comes all the way back to the blue. The loose puck right in front. And that was just steered wide as the Czechs now try to bring it out. Tupal taking his man on. Zemlichka couldn't keep it away from Gustafsson. Slager has to go deep. Slager to Horva. Horva gets it as far as the boards. Gustafsson tries to put it through the defenseman's pads, and that doesn't come off. Salming, a good little move by him as he's dropped. That bounces off the side of the cage. still with Sweden putting on the pressure. Johansson bangs it off the plexi. Sverige gives him a hard time. Salming taps it forward. Picked up by Viktorsson, stolen from him by Lubina. The gentle tap forward, and the Czechs are having difficulty now getting out of their own zone. Every time the long pass comes, there's a Swedish player on it. Big number 25, Thomas Jelinek, is brought down. That's going to be a penalty.
The Czechs are struggling. The Swedes aren't getting the great shots at Bržizа, but they're controlling the puck. This time the Czechs break out. Peter Anderson, without a doubt, guilty of hooking. The Czechs will have a man advantage situation for themselves. Hooking is a call. 6:31 gone in the second period.
2 minutes penalty for hooking. Time 26 minutes 31 seconds.
Face off now in Swedish territory. Getting set for this one. Rundqvist will go with Янецки at center. Taking a long time yet again on this one. Neither team wants to budge out there. The officials want them far enough away from the face-off position. 6:37 gone in the period. 1-1 the score. And Czechoslovakia now with the man advantage. That pass came out. And that hurt. Jelinek stopped that puck with his boot. From the face-off now, that tips all the way into Czech territory. A long shot. Oh, that hit the post. From close in. The Czechs really letting that one fly. Gudas goes deep now. Anderson still in the penalty box. Tip forward. Янецки, shadowed by Kenneth. Too far for anyone. Kадлец gets it over to the far side. Stillman tipped it away. Sverige can't get on it. And Lube goes in deep. Bržizа fakes him out. 58 seconds on the penalty. Kадлец tips it in front. And Prohatska gets it up on the right wing. Czechoslovakia setting it up. The shot coming in from Jelinek. Anderson goes after it. Янецки beats him to it. The tip to the side of the net is cleared by Shodin. 1-1 still the score. Šmehlik. Prohatska running out of places to go. And it's a break on now. The backhand shot. Gustafsson got a piece of that, but so did Bržizа. Gustafsson really put it up a gear. Shodin takes the shot, and that goes high. And the Czechs are having problems with their power play.
They hit the post with one shot, and that's about all that they've done as far as getting anything going at Tommy Soderstrom.
Spella. Change of personnel out there as the Swedes are back at full strength. A chance for the Czechs. That comes back to the point. Some good moves there. The shot comes in from Šmehlik, and Soderstrom is way out of his crease.
Swedes back at full strength. The Czechs finally getting something set up. Soderstrom up for the occasion, grabbing a quick drink of water. Šmehlik faking the shot and wisely walking around the Swede as he's diving toward him, letting it go, but it's right at the goalie. Soderstrom just has to be there and then try and find it as the puck comes out of his chest.
Lang and Berglund in the face-off. Batted away, but not far enough. Rosol was in there. His stick is being held. Soderstrom came out, and the Swedes now bring it out nicely. Viktorsson fires it all the way in. Slager rips it around the boards, up to Lang. Slager now picks it up again as he moves forward, hits the red line and dumps it in.
The puck caught the top of the boards and ended up in the crowd. A very happy spectator, having caught that one with his hands rather than another part of his body.
Good look at Tommy Soderstrom, the 22-year-old Djurgården star. Soderstrom was very, very strong in the Canada Cup. And he's the #1 goalie for the Swedes in this competition. A difficult one there for Bržizа to hang on to. Bouncing puck is always awkward because you don't know which way it's going to go if it lands on the edge. Viktorsson looking for a rebound that didn't come.
The winner of this game will have Canada, who had the narrowest of wins over the Germans.
Rosol breaks to the left wing and gets the pass. Rosol at the blue, taps it forward. No one there with a red shirt on to pick it up, and back comes Johansson. Kastak chops at him. Rosol bats it back. That's not a good clearance from him. Horva is faced into the corner against Johansson. Berglund is there to help out. A big hit from behind. And that's going to be another penalty.
McCorry makes his way to the penalty box. Slager is going to be following him. You think these guys had learned by now? That is one call that the referees are staying right on top of. There have been injuries and players that have really gotten the worst end of things when they've been pasted from behind like this. It's dangerous. These guys are going to really start paying for it more and more as the tournament goes on.
Boarding is the call at 29:37 of the period, or of the game rather. 9:37 of the period.
Not a good penalty when you've got another player from your team in there already along the boards. The puck isn't in any danger. Not the place to take a penalty.
Rundqvist and Hrbek. Prohatska will step in now. Linka giving the instructions on the Czech bench. Shodin, Salming. Coming up to the midway point in the game, Rundqvist. Rundqvist over the blue. This guy can motor. He goes up with Kjellberg, goes up with Lube. Rundqvist being hit by Kадлец. Kjellberg gets in there. Hrbek is there as that comes back to the blue. The shot comes in. Bržizа comes up big.
A bullet from Tommy Shodin at the blue line. Bržizа with the glove there, making the save. Shodin really can let him go. Bržizа showed some good reflexes on that shot. The Swedes like to work it back to the blue, as you've seen before with Kennholt, Shodin, Stillman. They can all let them fly from back on the blue line. If not, they'll go down low with Rundqvist muscling the puck around to guys like Lube or Naslund.
It's tipped all the way back to the blue line. Lubina is there. Salming gets it into the circle. Hack and Lube now. Behind the goal to Rundqvist. Rundqvist is dumped, and the Czechs applying a little pressure along the boards. That's ripped away by Augusta. Янецки actually got the touch on that. And now the Swedes come up on the right wing. Rundqvist at the hash marks. Kjellberg takes his position. Rundqvist, not a great pass from him, and that's shot down the ice.
The Czechs getting fresh forwards out to try and kill the penalty off to Slager. The first set of guys out there, Янецки included, doing a great job.
Over the blue line now, the Swedes set it up. Lube goes into the corner. Stillman in the high slot position. Sweden moving it around nicely. The Czechs hanging on to that box. The shot comes in. That ricocheted off the metalwork. Stillman gets it back. The one-timer from a sharp angle. Lube is there. Stillman goes in now on the backhand side. Gustafsson was cruising right in front of the net. And a lot of action around Bržizа as Stillman pumps it into the corner. Karnbach. Gustafsson is right there. Puts it back to Karnbach. He takes the shot. And Bržizа gets the arm out to make the big save.
Gustafsson being muscled out of there by Kадлец. Great opportunity for Karnbach. I don't think he realized how much time he had. Lube sliding it across. There's the pass. There's Karnbach. All he's got to do is get it over Bržizа.
Czechs are back at full strength now. Karnbach letting his feelings be felt. Berglund going up against Lang. Šmehlik. Johansson goes after his man. And the Czechs going for the big passes, and they're not working right now. Johansson goes in again. Bržiza's there. Bržizа has problems with that, the loose puck. And Bržiza really did create problems for himself there.
Šmehlik was back there behind the net. The goaltender might better get out of the way and let the defenseman do the work once he's there. Bržiza stopping the puck. It deflects up into the air, and he's in trouble now. He's reaching back. Catches it just before it gets to the back of the netting.
Berglund trying to get that back to the D. That's won by the Czechs again. And they started out up on the wing. Batted down nicely by number 22, Charles Berglund. Drums beating in the background. Everyone wants this game to catch fire. It's having its moments as Stillman goes back. Both sets of supporters want to see some scoring. Kastak looking for Rosol. Kastak taken off the play, and back come Sweden with Viktorsson on the wing. Viktorsson against Šmehlik. Right out front, the chance there. And the shot doesn't come. Anderson brings it in quickly. 4 Swedes in front of the net. A poke. And that's just wide of the target. Quick pass up to Kastak rather. Rosol goes after his man. Berglund flips it high, batted down. Rosol now. Rosol looking for support. Rosol flips it over to the far side nicely. Lang is right in front. Trying to whiz that out front. It gets back to the blue line. Šmehlik takes the shot, and that misses the target. Svella couldn't keep it in, and Gudas has to go back for it. Tipped up to Zemlichka. Zemlichka gunning for Hrbek. That didn't come off, and now a chance for Karnbach. The weak shot is steered in the corner by Bržizа. Augusta along the boards with Eriksson. Eriksson stays on him. Hrbek over the blue. Drop pass now. Zemlichka takes the shot. Shodin getting in front of that. Good stuff from both teams as they check hard and hit hard in the corners. Naslund is knocked off the puck, and Hrbek gets it over. A chance now for the Czechs. Zemlichka up to the blue line with Augusta. Neither one of them get any further. Solming gives that off. A chance, and that's cleared away. A big hit by Kадлец on Karnbach. Karnbach was leveled at the side of the net.
The Czechs really taking the body on the Swedes now. Naslund flattened at the blue line. Karnbach dumped in front of the Czech goal. The Czechs will make things happen for themselves if they can stay out of the box and keep hitting the Swedes.
Kjellberg along the boards, taking off the puck, and a misunderstanding there. Rundqvist takes a shot. The tip, that's not going to count. That's batted down by a high stick. Well, I say it's not going to count. It shouldn't count. The indication from McCrory, no goal, high stick.
Good call on your part, Paul, but McCorry was thinking on the same lines. He directly went to the box, waving it off. Rundqvist's shot is batted down by Kjellberg, but the stick is above the shoulders without any doubt.
1-1 still the score. Sweden against Czechoslovakia, and that face-off now comes all the way down the rink.
The high stick from Kjellberg, resulting in that face-off being dropped in the Swedish zone. A few baseball skills being shown by Kjellberg to get the stick on that, something guys like to do in practice, fooling around. But it doesn't count as goals, and it certainly won't in a game.
Янецки and Rundqvist. Lube loses out to number 14, Lubina. Rundqvist is all over him. Lubina taking a bit of a dive out there.
A bit of a dive, took a great dive.
Янецки taps it forward. Lubina looking for the pass that doesn't come. Salming brings his man down. Play still continues. And now the Swedes are having a bit of rough stuff of their own out there. Tap forward to Hakan Lube. Lube going up, takes the wrist shot. Янецки comes in after the save by Bržizа. The Czechs happy to clear it out of the zone, go for a change. Both teams getting fresh legs on. Procházka jumps on. Salming brings it forward. Salming, Rundqvist. Rundqvist pops it up to Lube. Lube has Kjellberg in the corner, decides to go back to the blue, and that shot from Anderson is way wide of the target. Kenneth can't keep it in. Procházka shows too much of the puck. Another breakdown of communications with Horoba banging into his own defenseman out there. The shot deflected away. And the Czechs now with Procházka. Procházka lays it off to Veselovsky. He squeezed out of the play as Lars Edström picks it up. Some heavy hits as both teams are following through on their checks. Tupal got it in. Peter Anderson picks it up now for Sweden. Anderson, still a 1-1 game out there, still wide open. The Swedes doing some good stuff now. The shot comes in, and Bržizа again was equal to it. Edström really did let that one fly. Kastak gets it along the boards, and that comes out to another Swedish player. The Swedes always seem to be where the Czechs don't want them to be when they clear this out of the zone. Šmehlik gets a hit from Edström. Tupal tapping it forward for Kastak. Kastak breaking down the right side. And that comes back to Shodin. Shodin flips it quickly up on the right side. Ottoson trying to break free, doesn't come up with it. A nice little move by Peter Rosol. Rosol winds it up, takes the shot. That goes high.
Swedish defenseman getting a stick in front of that one. Rosol had it cranked up. The Czech defensemen have blocked a lot of shots in this period. The Swedes electing to shoot from just inside the blue line, and the Czech defense have done a good job.
This guy is always dangerous when he's out there. 27 years old, plays his hockey in Italy, and he really is a ball of fire when he's on the ice. Has a lot of moves, a good shot, and he works well with Robert Lang. That was a strange face-off. Nevertheless, Viktorsson gets hold of it and takes a shot. Kадлец steers it away from Yuhanson. Rosol along the boards comes back to the blue. The shot comes in again wide of the target. Gudas. Still with Gudas as he works his way into the neutral zone. Viktorsson took it off him, and then Kадлец came up. Berglund bats it into the corner, and Gudas has to go in. Yuhanson takes him on. Berglund throwing his weight around, and that comes back again. The Czechs maybe third time lucky. Kадлец puts it up to Kastak. Shodin waits for his teammates to get onside, and Bržizа drops that down, and the Czechs really having problems here. Rosol gets out over the blue, and he's poke checked nicely. Some good stuff from the Swedes. as the Czechs go for their 5th attempt at getting it out of the zone. Hrbek chases after Naslund. Naslund brings it up on the right side. Patrick Eriksson is stopped in his tracks. That one is laid off for Gudas. Gudas, his pass hit a stick. Number 21, Augusta tried to do something with it, and this game is being played in the neutral zone. Zemlichka bringing down his man, Mats Naslund. That pass bounces over Zemlichka's stick, and it's fired all the way into Bržizа. Gudas still out there. He's been out there for a long time. Got it up on the right wing. Hrbek is waiting on the right side, but that comes to Zemlichka. Zemlichka pumps it through and goes after it. Salming goes after him. Zemlichka is pinned against the boards. Hornback collects. Naslund taken off the puck. Янецки on the backhand away from Kornbach. Slager tees it up, takes the shot. Soderstrom makes the save. And this is good end-to-end stuff. 1 minute on the period, 1-1 the score. Hackenlube goes in. That's steered away by Bržizа. Little golf swing there as it comes back to the circle, and it's cleared down the ice.
That one is icing. Just when you want to start being critical and saying the play is getting sloppy, you realize that it's just because both teams are great at poke checking. They're always getting a stick on the puck. They circle, they're running around, they're moving a lot, and they're constantly poke checking each other. Maybe not a heavy hit. These two teams are really belting each other, but in the neutral zone, it's always a poke check here and a poke check there. So neither team can really get a good flow going.
Here a poke, there a poke. Lundqvist and Янецки. Face-off dribbles right in front of Bržizа. Slager slows it right down. Slager in front of his own goal. Horva, his pass is intercepted by Kjellberg, and his pass is intercepted. Янецки trying to break through, almost does, but Stillman has something to say about it. Slager bats it in with just 15 seconds now on the clock. A chance on the backhand side for number 14, Labina. That comes back, the shot goes in, Labina goes into the corner now. Stillman goes after him. All the way back to the blue, another shot just wide of the target, 4 seconds on the clock. Horva tries to put it in front, and the Swedes kick it into the corner. Another fast period, no goals were scored. The only scoring has come in the first period. Johansson for Sweden, and Czechoslovakia with Kadlec getting the goal.
A good skating period by both teams. The score is still tied. 20 minutes to play in this game, and it's anybody's at this point.
It really is a fast-moving game out there. As we said before, a lot of checking in the neutral zone.
Shots on goal, 25-15, favoring the Swedes.
For the most part, the Swedes have dominated, but what counts is what's up on the scoreboard. Soderstrom and Bržizа have been doing a good job between the pipes for both teams. We're going to take a break now, but we've got a third and final period coming up. Remember, the winner of this contest goes into the medal round. The loser goes home. Welcome back to Maribel. Still a 1-1 game here between Sweden and Czechoslovakia. The third and final period is close to 9 minutes old. We apologize for the delay, but other events taking place, live events, it really is difficult to put it all in a program. This has been close. One goal from Johansson for Sweden in the first period. Kadlec got the goal for Czechoslovakia. No scoring in the second period, and so far no scoring in the third. Hrbek for Czechoslovakia works his way against the Swedish goal. Rundqvist follows him. Anderson stays all over him. Zemlichka bounces that off the boards, but it wasn't a good one. And Johansson now, or Naslund rather, Horva rode him out of the play, and they really are having a go at Naslund. He's had a couple of really heavy hits put on him. Anderson sees that one go through. Augusta with Hrbek. Hrbek takes the shot. The loose puck is there, and the net is knocked off its moorings. Augusta driven right into the goal.
Close call for Soderstrom. As that play approached him, the puck was bouncing around. A couple of players from both sides trying to get involved. Hrbek has a shot. The first one is blocked by the defenseman, Börje Salming. Players sliding into the net, and the face-off will come as a result.
Well, if you remember the Canadian game yesterday against the Germans, it ended in a 3-3 tie. That went into sudden death 10-minute overtime. Still no goals, and they had a shootout. At the end of 5, they were still tied. Then it's one extra shot on goal. Eric Lindros put things on ice for the Canadians and took them into the next round. That game ended a little over 3 hours after it started. We could have another marathon here, so stick around. 10:30 gone on the period. And the Swedes now with Johansson. Looking to get that pass on the wing. It didn't come. It went over, and Naslund was dumped again.
Naslund's been throwing his weight around in the past few games and certainly been getting hit by other people in return. It's been like a rubber ball on the ice in this game, bouncing all over the place. Could be one shot for either team. The game is deadlocked. It's all for gold medal, and it's all to continue for the privilege to get to play the Canadians.
Taken over the line by Lubina. And the Swedes now up on the right side. Gudas races for it rather. Johansson is there. Viktorsson trying to do something. Johansson now against Lubina. That's smothered against the boards, and we'll have another face-off.
Between the periods, both teams have discussed what they want to do. Obviously, one wants to get a goal and not allow the other one to score, but assignments have thoroughly been discussed. As you can see, the players are sticking close to each other. They're back checking on their wingers. They're watching the points, and it's rough going for both teams out there. There's always a red shirt where there's a yellow one all over the ice.
Good hard stuff from both teams. And Berglund goes into the face-off circle, waiting for his opposite number out there. And that comes back to the circle, and Viktorsson takes a shot that bounces off of Šmehlik. Šmehlik gets it up. Tupal raced for it, couldn't get a handle on it. Kennholt drops it back to Stillman. Stillman goes for a little skate. He's got a lot of support back there, and that's what he was waiting for. Circling, bobbing, and weaving. Johansson off the backboards. Prohatska. Berglund. Still Berglund as he got it in, and that's deflected away nicely, and Stillman has to go deep again. The Czechs happy to get it out of the zone. Veselovsky chases his man. Horva was there. Hakanlub went over the line, so did Johansson. Offside is a call.
The linesman took his time blowing the whistle on the play. Everybody out there kind of looking around as to what it was for. No penalties on the play, so everybody pleased to see that. The Swedes are still moving the puck very quickly out of their zone. Their defensemen like Kennholt and Stillman, for example, really can turn it from defense to offense so quickly.
Anderson. Kjellberg taken off the play, and Rosol gets it back nicely away from Hakanlub. That's tipped forward to Lang. He drops it back, intended for Rosol there. Intercepted at the blue, and Kjellberg comes forward. Kjellberg with Rundqvist and Lube. The poke check from Horva goes off to Shodin. He's taken off the plate. Lang got it back. Rosol gets it up. Lang on the boards, runs into Rundqvist. Horva, Rosol, Kastak. Some good stuff now from the Czechs as they try to penetrate the Swedish zone. The shot from Lang was a weak one. Kjellberg got it, and Kjellberg gets it back. The return pass, looking for Hakan Lube, was not a great one because Lube was all tied up on the play.
Leo Gudas right with Hakan Lube, not giving him an extra inch. Gudas saying, your stick comes up, mine will come up. He has no problem with that. Gudas is a very physical and aggressive defenseman. Neither team wants a penalty. McCrory, a good referee, will let things flow. And I'm sure that it's not going to be a foolish penalty if it's called. Probably 1-1 for each team or something like that. He'll let it flow.
Over the blue line, Salming lets go the shot. Coming in from a sharp angle, Bržizа goes down. And the Swedes applying the pressure here. Rubina pokes it away. That goes behind the net. Over to the far side, all the way back to Salming. He flips it in to Kornbach. Kornbach tries to get it out front. Bržizа got his stick on it, and that deflects out. 13 minutes gone, and the Czechs now going down. That's in the net! Oh, Soderstrom may have fanned on that one. Янецки let that one fly. 2-1 is the score. 13:05 gone in the period. Let's see this again.
The Swedes have looked fresher. The Czechs break out of their zone. Anderson was caught inside. He's chasing like mad to get back into the play and try and catch up with Jelinek. It doesn't matter as Янецki's shot beats Soderstrom. Salming is back. The shot is taken by Янецки. It's through the legs of Soderstrom for the go-ahead goal.
Ottakar Янецки picks up his 4th goal of the competition. You've got to look at Soderstrom on this one. It's the kind of shot you would expect a goalie at his level to stop.
You never know, hard and low, it was at the net, and he got the result. Янецki's put the Czechs in the lead.
3 minutes, 5 seconds.
Less than 7 minutes on the clock. Bržizа way out of his net with Johansson taking a heavy hit. Prohatska was all over him like a blanket. And the Czechs showing that they mean business. Stillman, Augusta stays on him. But don't count the Swedes out. These guys can come back at any time. They've got the personnel to do it. Svella gets it over. Rosol is there. Shodin can't keep it in. The pass forward to Lube. Lube puts it in the circle intended for Eriksson. That's tipped away. Lang along the boards. Rosol. Back to Rosol. Rosol starts it up with Kastak and Lang. Lang's got a breakaway. Goes in. Whoa, Soderstrom got a glove to that. Tipped in now by Kastak. Shodin is in there. Rosol's in there. This line is causing all sorts of problems. A one-timer. Soderstrom got Kastak's shot. How did he get that?
Soderstrom victimized minutes earlier from a shot right on the ice. This time he comes up big. Lang, the leading goal scorer for the Czechs in the Olympic Games, does not miss breakaways very often. A very cool customer, especially in the breakaway situation. What a save from Soderstrom. There's Lang going in. He's got time trying to go upstairs with it. Soderstrom gets a piece of it with his glove. The play continues. Rosol feeds Kastak. He gets a good shot away, and Soderstrom stops that. Lang again going for the top corner. Soderstrom going down, gets a piece of it.
Great save by Tommy Soderstrom on more than one occasion out there. Gustafsson now against Янецки. That's tipped into the corner. And the Czechs continue to play some good hockey. Salming. Gustafsson. looking to get it back, and he does. Big shot there. Took a deflection. Anderson really got a piece of that. Kадлец having problems with that in his skate. It comes out in the circle, and it's tipped high. Anderson goes deep. He's got Янецки right behind him. Flips it up to the hash marks, and the Swedes started out in numbers. Gustafsson quickly back on the attack. Flips it high. He'll have a lot of yellow shirts going in there. Kадлец bangs it off the boards. Only Anderson picks it up. Bržizа didn't see that until the last moment.
Hrbek right in there quickly. And Hrbek had screened Bržizа to begin with. Anderson letting it go. That was trouble for Petr Bržizа. Shot coming. Perfect screen set up from Hrbek, and he has a crack at the rebound, but Bržiza's already got the puck.
Every once in a while there's a crackle in my voice, so don't adjust your volume control. It's me cracking up here in the commentary position. Richard and I have done 24 games in 12 days, not to mention highlights and replays. And it's starting to show its effects on us. Kennhольt batters that one in. Viktorsson looking to set something up with Johansson. Johansson and Viktorsson. Viktorsson brings his man down. Play continues with 15:30 gone in the period. Time ticking away for Sweden. Stillman will go deep. They've been behind the 8 ball before. This team has a lot of big guns out there. They can strike at any time.
They were down 3-0 to the Americans and came back very late to level that one.
That shot from Hrbek is tipped away. Stillman having problems with Rosol, and now the Swedes come forward again. Kasnak back checking, flipped up on the right wing, or the left wing rather, and that's cleared away. Anderson. Lube gets around his man, goes for the second man, and Slager takes him out of the play. Tipped along the boards. Slager ties up Lube yet again, and Horva is free to clear it into the corner.
Swedish bench screaming for icing on that play. It's not going to come. Anderson has to go back and get it.
Rundqvist being shadowed by Rosol. He finds Eriksson nicely. Eriksson having a hard time in the neutral zone. Some good stuff as Rosol bounces off 2 players. He was hurt on that. He spun around, took his glove off, adjusted his helmet. Янецки goes out, tries to do something, and Shodin brings it forward. Shodin working right in. Shodin takes the shot, and Bržizа makes a save.
Tommy Shodin, the big defenseman, showing some ability to go forward for a goal there. Getting over the blue line, taking the defense on, muscling right through Leo Gudaz. He's slightly off balance. The puck is ahead of him. He still gets a shot away. It's right into the chest of Bržiza, who fortunately has 3 red shirts in front of him, so he's able to cover the rebound.
Shodin had momentum on his side. Gudaz was kind of hanging around. Rosol getting some repairs on this double hit.
Well, you call it. I saw a high elbow. I saw a guy coming at him from behind. No call on the play, and Rosol's the one that's bruised.
The Czechs have called a 30-second timeout. They'll want to try to get this man back on the ice. Rosol with the ice pack on. Hlinka barking out his instructions. And McCrory goes for a glass of water. He's refereed a good game. He's let it flow. We've had a few penalties.
You can see the coach going over to Rosol, ask him if he's okay to go. Rosol suggesting maybe not. He's in pain, but yelling down along the bench at his teammates to try and keep him going.
Swedes come out quickly for the face-off. Gustafsson, Naslund. These guys can create problems.
The Czechs want to continue to go hard on the forecheck, but make sure that somebody is high, so they're there to help out.
You don't want to get too far forward. The shot coming in. Salming got a piece of that. It took a ricochet back to the blue. Gudas goes in after his man. Gustafsson is there. He's dangerous when he's behind the net. He palms it off, and Anderson tees it off. His shot is not a great one. It deflects into the corner, and we have a whistle on the play.
A lot of bodies flying around in front of the goal. A man in the crease. The whistle quickly blowing. The defenseman and the center staying well back to help Bržizа. Face-off will come outside the zone. The Swedes are dangerous when they're allowed to really wind it up coming out of their own zone. So the Czechs certainly can't lay back. They can't sit back and wait for them. They've got to keep pressing the play with their forecheckers.
Gustafsson gets it back. That's put over now, and Naslund brings it in. Taken out of the play. Šmehlik has a go at that, and that's a run into the board. Spella. Hrbek trying to get away from Anderson. Anderson puts the grab on him. Augusta moves right in. Augusta scores! Three to one now. The Czechs have gone into the lead at 17:43. Time running out for the Swedes.
The Czechs really pushing forth with the forechecking. Augusta coming in on the goal, looks for the pass, so do the Swedes, but he elects to go with it himself. A good job right at the blue line by Hrbek. Augusta's in, he's got the backhander, it's deflected off a stick. Augusta celebrating on the bench. Some good work from him and Hrbek. Hrbek right at the blue line, fighting to keep the puck in. Augusta's off, fakes the pass, puts it to his backhand. Gustafsson coming back. It hits his stick. It goes into the net. Soderstrom can't make the save.
He may have been able to make the save had Gustafsson not put the stick in there. We'll never know that. 3 to 1 is the score. Augusta getting the goal. A big goal for the Czechs as we approach the 18-minute mark. Lang tips it out. Kennholdt fires it right back in. Horva will bounce it off the plexi. Less than 2 minutes now on the game. Jelinek being chased by Johansson. Rundqvist can't keep it in. And the sting has gone out of the Swedish attack. Stillman over to the far side. That goes off a skate, deflects into the corner. Johansson is there. He feeds it up to the far side, and Stillman keeps it in on the backhand. Rundqvist with the net wide open. An extra attacker out there. That goes high.
That's a home run by Stillman. Out of the park. The Swedes had their goalie out of the net. Soderstrom had gone over to get the sixth attacker out there. The net is still empty.
Oh, a big goal there by Augusta. Let's look at the action around the Czech net. Where was that one going? That's on its way to Paris. Now the Swedes have called a timeout. They are in trouble.
They've certainly been in this situation before. Evansson instructing the guys that are going to be out there of what he wants to happen. There's certainly no shortage of experience. Salming, Lube, Rundqvist, probably Gustafsson will be out there. They know what's got to happen. They've come back before in situations just like this, so the Czechs can't give them one chance or they'll come back and really make it difficult. If they get the first goal, they'll pull Hull stops out to go for the equalizer.
That's the goal. Soderstrom is on the bench. Янецки against Rundqvist. Jelinek saying that Johansson is too close. Kадлец will go for a skate, bangs it out of the zone, and it's picked up by Rundqvist. Johansson golfs it, but not very far, and we'll have another face-off. That killed off a few seconds for the Czechs.
Jelinek ending up on top of the puck. Face-offs in the neutral zone don't hurt the Czechs at all. They'd rather have that and keep the puck in the neutral area than to dump it all the way down and risk a face-off in their end through icing or something like that.
Янецки and Rundqvist do it again. This time it comes back to Kennholt. He flips it over to the far side and it's immediately put in. Salming races in there. Lube is in the circle. That comes back to Kennholt. He's got the big shot. He lets it go. Янецки gently taps it off the boards with 1 minute to go. Pushed in quickly as the Swedes come out to clear the line. Clear the zone, rather, and that's cleared all the way down the ice. Icing is the call. 19:12 gone. And the face-off will be in Czechoslovakian territory.
Kadlec's pass in the air too far for anybody, trying to get it out safely, but it carried all the way down for icing. Face-off so critical. The Swedes have been the best face-off team in the Olympic Games, having won 59% of their face-offs. Rundqvist, the man who's won most of them for the Swedes.
All-important face-off now. All the Swedes are up there, all the big guns. Rundqvist will want to get it back to Kennholt. He'll want to get the shot away right away. Янецки will have the responsibility of winning it for the Czechs. That's cleared away as the Czechs grab it. A chance will not happen as that goes all the way down the ice, and we have another icing call. Prohatska looking pleased with himself. He knows how close he came to being able to put that in the open net.
He came back and had a word with a couple of the players, having chased the puck down the ice for nothing.
Rundqvist gets it back. Kennholt tips it over. The shot goes wide, and Jelinek is in the corner. Jelinek punching, grabbing. Everyone going for that puck. Gustafsson, Янецки is there. The whole Swedish team is back there. That ends up on the mesh. And Svella makes sure by putting his knee into it. And again, a few more seconds are killed off the clock.
Quite obviously, the Czechs all pointing for the face-off to come outside. The Swedes want it inside. The Swedes going with 3 men for the puck. They have to. The Czechs doing a good job of just holding them off.
The most important thing here is possession. The Swedes need to get it and get a good shot away. Rundqvist again. Янецки again. A bouncing puck is dropped on the dot, and Jelinek tries to clear it out. Kадлец is having problems with Gustafsson, and again the puck is frozen. 14 seconds. We're going to say that in harmony next time. 14 seconds on the clock. And the Swedes, I have a feeling, are out of this one. Goaltender still out of the cage. The Swedes trail it 3-1. Kадлец got things going for Czechoslovakia. Янецки and Augusta came up with the other 2 goals. Johansson has been the only goal scorer for Sweden. Salming couldn't get the shot away. The Czechs really are breaking down this before it happens. Johansson goes into the corner against Prohatska. That's bounced off the boards, and that'll be all she wrote for Sweden this year. The Czechs celebrate. They fought hard and came up with 2 big goals in the 3rd period to pull this one off. 3-1.
The 3 guys that scored are not the normal names behind the goal-scoring power for the Czechs. Kадлец, Янецки, and Augusta providing the 3 for the Czechs, and they're well pleased.
The Czechs will now go through to play the Canadians. The Commonwealth of Independent States play the USA. That should be good. The big final, remember, is on Sunday, February 23rd, and that'll be for gold and silver. confirmation on your screen there of the scores. We're going to take a short break, but stay with us because we're putting together the highlights of this game, the goals that were scored. We'll be back in a minute after this short break.